cruise that went about 4 hours before we had like a lunch stop, and people were literally looking at the person across the aisle from them and going like, his arm is going to be the first to go. Now, some people do get hangry though, hangry. Now, you notice that the 2 seats up front here, they're mixtures, because I tell you one thing for sure, I do not get tired of the view from my office window, especially after seeing those moose back there. That's one of the reasons why I keep coming back. You want to come up? I know what it's like to sit back there, and it's like a dog sled team. You know what they say, right? If you're not the lead dog, the scenery never changes. So, you know, you want to come on up or ask a question or something, please feel free to do so. So we were talking about if anybody knew how to build a boat. Uh-oh, it's going to get fun now. Yeah, my mom said I'd have my head in the clouds someday. Here we go. Well, usually when it's foggy, it's too bad because we're close to the summit, and up here on our left is the summit nudist colony. And because it's cloudy and foggy like that, we can't see them because they do like this.
You are making a stop though, right?
Pardon me?
You are making a stop though, right?
No, we're not going to stop there. No. You don't want to see that. So, trust me. Everybody has a fair chance. But when I describe it, you'll understand why when that main body got to Dawson City, those 30,000 people, there weren't any claims for them to stake out, or the prime real estate was taken up, which is that by a creek or a stream. And those are only found as a rule in the valley floors, right? Because we all know that water, and the reason why we've got so many waterfalls here is because water takes the path of least resistance. But if you imagine this road being a creek or a stream, you get 500 linear feet of creek or stream. You get 1,000. Do I have any construction types or engineers? That's a single-sided cable suspension bridge. Single-sided cable suspension bridge. It is only supported by the cables and the anchors and that beam, those beams being anchored into the bedrock on the far side of the bridge. This side of the bridge floats as we go over it. It sits on a man-made shelf. You can see it a little clearer now, but we're going to see a little creek or stream running right down this hillside, all that water. You look over your right shoulder, that's another one. You look a little to the straight ahead of the oblique. These are fault lines. Fault lines, and all three of them converge 130 feet below this bridge. And now if you are like me and you're afraid of heights, just close your eyes. We'll be across the bridge in 6.7 seconds on the downhill side. 1005, 1006, 1007. Okay, you can open them up now. We're across. That bridge was engineered and constructed and is in the process of being replaced right now. But it was engineered and constructed to withstand a major earthquake. In the event of an earthquake, that man-made shelf on the other side of the bridge will fall away and the bridge will just hang there. After the activity, they come back in, they replace the shelf. We're back in business. The bridge may be damaged, but not destroyed because of its engineering. At least once or twice a year since I've been coming up here, so that's a normal thing. But 3 years ago, they determined that the bridge should have been replaced 3 years ago. I tell you now that we're on this side of the bridge. If I told you when we were on the other side of the bridge, y'all would have abandoned us. So we figured out what a claim is, and that it's placer mining is what the term is that was involved in the Klondike Gold Rush. And as I mentioned, some of you heard of panning for gold, right? That's the way it works. Now, did anybody hear anything otherwise in Juneau yesterday? Because they actually found gold in Juneau.
Yeah. Well, somebody claimed that the gold was underneath the road.
Roadway.
Yeah, it still is. Because,
We left it, so that was true.
well, you can go down to any beach, any shoreline, and you can take a pan and you can find maybe something. The tailing is the worthless material. After it's processed, it's worthless and you don't need it. Now, the difference between the tailings from the mines in the Klondike and the mines 18 years old in the Army, for crying out loud. I said, I should have waited to answer the question though. I said, sure honey, how hard could it be? We take long trips all the time. I drive, we talk, piece of cake, right? Well, little did I know that was going to be my impending doom. Well, now 2010 rolls around. Of course, I'm still retired, not doing anything. And my wife says, Jim, it's time for you to go to work. You've been cancer-free for 5 years now, so you need to do something. I said, okay. So she sends me to the library, which means in Florida, you're wearing, this is like January, so you're wearing nice pair of khaki pants and a polo shirt. She says, I want you to take a test. It was a test for the Census Bureau. Well, I screwed up, guys. I took the test and I passed it. So much so, they invited me back to take the supervisor's test and I passed it as well. Well, long story short, I'm a supervisor. The gig is only good for about 6 or 7, 8 months. So it's over by the end of 2010 because we don't have the census but every 10 years. And I said, honey, I'm going to wait around for another 9 years until the census rolls around. And she said, I don't think so. So she says, why don't you check out that bus driver thing? And I just learned how to Google without getting any on my shirt, and I look up bus driver. And it's got a municipal bus driver just about anywhere, and I'm going, I'm not driving a city bus anywhere. I scroll down a couple more pages, it says bus driver in Alaska. I say, hot dog, I'll show her. Not only am I going to drive a bus, but I'm going to do it all the way in Alaska. She filled out the application for me. I get a phone call, they interview me, they said, Jim, we'd love to have you work for us in Juneau. My wife says, and when would you like him to be there? They give her a date and said, are you sure? I cannot drop you at the remedy shop. Well, thank you for asking. I appreciate your concern, but this is for health reasons. I know, but it's for health reasons. I can't drop you off there. So I work at. She gets me a one-way ticket to Juneau, and encourages me to go hiking regularly with at least a half a pound of raw bacon in each pocket, and insists that my life insurance policy is paid up. This is what a smart shuttle bus looks like there. So I worked in Juneau my first year, and my wife enjoyed it so much that she sent me to Skagway the next year, and I've been here for 8 seasons in Skagway, 9 in total for the company. And if you are leaving me now, I hope you enjoyed yourself this afternoon. Please